Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, Shadow and Read. Today I'll be doing another reading vlog. So for the month of August, I'm going to be doing weekly reading vlogs because I'm participating in 2 month-long readathons. I felt like it just made more sense for me to just do weekly reading vlogs, which I haven't done ever. So I think it'd be kind of a cool experience, and I just did a whole week-long one for Reading Rush and I kind of liked it, so I figured I'd just continue it with August. So yeah, August basically just be all the reading vlogs. So the 2 readathons I am participating in is going to be the Draconathon, which is literally all about dragons, and the second one that I'll be doing is arcaugust. Arcaugust is very chill. It's literally just reading all the arcs. It can be backlisted, it can be upcoming, it can be digital, it can be physical. It doesn't really matter as long as it's an arc format. So that one is actually the most chill one because I actually have a lot of backlisted books from NetGalley and just physically, and because it's backlisted, now that it's out, I actually have more options in how I read it, so I can actually pick it up audioly, which is actually really great for me because now that I'm commuting to work and everything, I can really bust out a lot of audiobooks and try to get that out of the way. So I would definitely be implementing a lot of audiobooks during this month, and that would be kind of my main method of busting out my arcs, especially my backlisted ones. Alright, so let's just talk about the books that I am currently reading and the books I'm going to try to read for this week. So the first book that I'm reading right now, which will fulfill the arcaugust, is actually So Swift by Megan Bannon. I do want to get this out as soon as possible because I'm actually part of this like arc tour, and basically what that means is that the author sent out one arc and we're supposed to like pass it along to a bunch of readers. So I'm second on the list, which means I have to finish it like as soon as possible because like I still have a lot of people after me. So I've had this book for almost 10 days now, I want to say, so I want to finish it like tomorrow ideally, and that way I can be able to send this to the next person as soon as possible. So far I am on page 172, so I'm about like a third of the way through. I'm enjoying it. So this book follows a girl who is a vessel, and where she's from there are 2 religions, I guess. One who believes that the mother is a demon and the other side believes that the mother is a goddess. And one day this prisoner comes in and he's actually part of the other religion. She believes that the mother is a demon. He belongs to the religion where he believes that the mother is a goddess and is the life of everything. And he comes in as a prisoner, and something happens between the 2 of them where she finds herself now being possessed by the spirit of the mother, and they now have to go on this quest to kind of figure out what to do, try to exorcise the spirit away from her. His goal is to really give back the mother her immortal body, whereas her goal, she is really unsure right now because now that she is with this guy, she's hearing all these different stories, so her faith right now is being challenged. So there's definitely a lot of religious aspects to this book, which I'm actually really enjoying. It's very interesting, very unique. But yeah, so far I'm definitely enjoying the book and I definitely can't wait to finish it as soon as possible. So that is the first book that I want to get out of the way. Then the next book that I want to read, I actually have a ton. So I have Dating Makes Perfect by Pinted Dunn. This will fulfill my arcaugust as well. I actually have a blog tour for this second week of August, so I do want to read this during the first week. Then the last arc that I'll be reading this week will be Baby Doll. This one is actually an ebook from NetGalley from way long ago, so at this point it's out already, and I managed to pick it up on Libby, so I will have an audiobook format of it, which means that this will be my commute book for this week, and hopefully I get to it because the next book that I am going to be picking up, which is actually for my draconathon challenge, is this one over here. I mean, I don't know what I'm thinking, to be honest, because look at this chunker. It's 700 pages long, over 700 pages long, and I did manage to start this yesterday because I was like, well, it's so long, I should probably get a head start on it. So I'm currently on page 75, so I have made a dent, but it's a very small dent in the grand scheme of things. But the good thing is that I will be listening to this book on audiobook as well, and I have been listening to it on my commute. So basically like one day of commute have gotten me to 75 pages, so I hope that more days of commute plus like me reading it at home and everything will definitely help me finish this book. So this is my biggest challenge, I think, for this week, just because I really want to read it. This is also for like a secret TBR as well, so there's that. But this will definitely fulfill the challenge for the Draconathon, which is to read a book set in Europe. Obviously I don't know where this book is set, but it's definitely set in Europe somewhere. Like it's a very European-esque type of book, so that will fulfill that challenge. But yeah, overall, like, I am enjoying it. It's very different than what I expected. I mean, I don't know why I thought it was different, but this book is literally just a very chronological like time of events, so it's very dry, I want to say. It's not like Game of Thrones where it really follows like, you know, within a few years kind of situation. This book follows like so long that, and it's so condensed that it's like it really feels like it is a, like you're reading in some sort of like timeline in a way, but it's a very dense timeline. So yeah, I mean, that's all I can say for this book. I am really enjoying it. I would say that this is really good for like die-hard Game of Thrones fans. I don't know if I'm a die-hard Game of Thrones fans, but I want to read it anyways. So I don't know, but I really do like the drawings. Like, look how beautiful some of the drawings on here are. Then the last book that I will be aiming to pick up this week is The Poppy War by arcaugust. This one I'm kind of reading because of the Subtle Asians book club, but because it's a month-long book club, I feel like I have an entire month to read, and for this week I have to read chapters 1 to 7, so it really won't be too bad, I think. So I'll be reading this while reading everything else. So all I know is that this is supposed to be like really intense. It has a lot of trigger warnings, and it's supposed to follow Genghis Khan or something like that, like it's inspired by Genghis Khan, set in like ancient China, I want to say. So basically these are the 4 books that I'll be reading for this week. Let's see how this goes, guys. I really don't know. So anyways, that is it in terms of this very long intro. When I check back in next time, hopefully I will have some more reading done, and I'll let you guys know what's going on. It is day 1 of arcaugust as well as draconathon, which I'm really excited for. Right now it is currently a little past 12 o'clock. I've been up since like 2:30 in the morning because I was gaming. So yeah, I love that for myself. So I've been up since then and didn't even eat any food until like just half an hour ago. So I am just chilling right now. I do need to run some errands today. I need to go to the post office, drop off my Secret Santa, well, it's like not Secret Santa, but like Secret Sister package, and then I need to go and drop off a return package as well, and then I also have to go pick up some water. So in California, what they do here is that instead of drinking like tap water or like filtered water like they do on the East Coast, as far as I'm aware of, they actually go to these like water stores and have like gallons of water and actually buy water from there, because the tap water is actually not very clean. So yeah, so I need to go do that. And then I'm also reading this book right now. I haven't really made any progress of anything else, but I am currently on page 221. I am almost halfway there, like more than halfway there, just halfway there, something like that. I'm enjoying it. I do think that there's a lot of banter between the 2 main characters that I'm just really liking. They're so charming, and they're just random like little like things that they say. It's just like so adorable, and I'm just here for it. So yeah, I'm really enjoying this book so far. I think at this rate I am hoping to finish this book this weekend. Like, I want to say today, but I know myself and I'm like, probably not. So not only that, but I'll probably be gaming again. So yeah, but yeah, so anyways, that's it for this update. It's a very quick update, but I want to just pop in quickly, let you guys know what I'm doing, how it's been. Basically I've been up for 8 hours already, so you know, I'm pretty tired and it's only 12 o'clock. So yeah, so anyways, I need to go and run my errands, and hopefully I'll be hungry down a little bit later and read some more. Oh, also I need to edit my video. So I'm currently in the middle of editing my reading rush vlog. I'm almost done. I just filmed my outro yesterday, like when I filmed my intro for this video. So I should be done with that soon, hopefully. And then hopefully I will be able to get that out tonight. If not out tonight, then tomorrow. But my plan, or at least my goal, is to have it out by tonight. So anyways, that is it in terms of this lovely update. And hopefully I will be able to read some more and let you guys know how everything is. And so it is now day 2 of draconathon and arcaugust, and I have made some progress. So I am still currently reading this book right now. I am on page 324, so I think I will actually be able to fly through this book today. I mean, I actually sat down and read a bunch yesterday, so I'm pretty happy about that, and I'm actually really enjoying it. I just got to this part where the main girl, okay, so the main girl, she has grown up like her entire life at this convent of some sort, and she's been told what to do by her authorities the entire time. And so because of this, and because of the fact that she she is a vessel. She lacks a lot of self-confidence and she doesn't really think too much for herself. So there was this one scene that just happened where she was able to stand up and defy a particular someone. Like, this person specifically is very important, and I'm not going to go into it because of spoilers, but the way how she stood up for herself against this person, I was just like, yes, please. So I was just so happy to see her character growth for this, and yeah, I definitely cannot wait to finish this soon. I'm really enjoying it so far, and I'm also currently reading this one as well. I'm listening to this on audiobook. I did manage to read a little bit yesterday when I was driving and doing my errands and everything. So now I am on page 124. So I have made some progress, like not a whole bunch, but it's slow going, guys. Like, I'm 1/7 of the way through, 1/6 of the way through. So hopefully I'll be able to listen to this book some more. And I mostly listen to the audiobook, but I do want to just sit down and listen to it and also read it because of a lot of gorgeous artwork, as you had seen in the previous clip. It's just like, those are stuff that I would miss if I only listened to the audiobook. So I definitely want to like sit down, flip through the pages while also listening to the audiobook as well. But I do plan on making some cookies today, I think, and then maybe food for the week. Like, I try to make like a big meal today, and then that way I have that for the rest of the week for lunches at work. So I think because of that, I'll be able to get through a lot of this more, like, hopefully, ideally. So yeah, those are all the updates I have for you guys right now. It's not the best update, but I'm enjoying the 2 books I'm reading. I mean, this book for the most part is pretty dry, but it is really fascinating to kind of see the history of the Targaryens and the dragons, and kind of like all the different lineages from like the kings to their sons and daughters, and all the different like political intrigue, and just it's just really fascinating, I think. So yeah, if you're a huge Game of Thrones fan, then this is a really good book for you to just get more in depth with the history of Westeros. So yeah, I'm really liking it. It's definitely a bit dense though, but it's still really fascinating. So anyways, that's it with this update, and I will check back in once I get some more reading and eat breakfast, because I literally just woke up actually. So yeah, I wanted to just update you guys in the beginning, that way I can just get on with my day, maybe update you guys later or tomorrow, we'll see. So it is Sunday evening, and I have made so much progress. I managed to finish my first book, which is Soul Swift, which I don't even have anymore. I might still have it, but I already packed it away because I want to ship out the book tomorrow to the next recipient for this ARC tour. So it's already packed up and ready to go. But I really liked it. I want to give this book 4 stars. Everything about it was so good. The plot, the characters, it was just fantastic. The only issue I have with this book is the ending. It just ended on such a huge, like, ambiguous ending, and at the end I was just like, what the it was like super disappointing. But I feel like if you really like lyrical, beautiful, open-ended endings, then I think this book is really great. I just personally don't prefer that. So for me, I was like, I want to know what actually happened. Like, give it to me like word by word. Don't give me all this flowery language and just have this kind of open-ended. So that's my issue with it. It just didn't end on the way that I expected, which is why ultimately I want to give this book 3 stars. I feel like it really bumped down my rating. Otherwise it would have been a solid 4-star read, like 100%. But I have also managed to continue reading this book. I am now on page 173, so I made a decent chunk. I don't remember where I started off this morning, but I am pretty pleased with how fast I'm reading this book. Actually, it's actually not too bad. I've been listening to it while I was cooking or baking my cookies. I was listening to it when I was driving around, doing some errands, going to the grocery store, etc. So overall, like, I'm doing a pretty good job. And I actually did listen to the last like few chapter or so with like reading it and listening to it, so I'm pretty happy about that. So far I'm really enjoying it. It's still very dense, but I feel like it's just really fascinating to see the history of what Westeros was like previously. And then for the next book that I'm going to pick up, I actually am going to deviate from my TBR because I forgot I had actually picked up this book a while ago and I got through halfway. This is the book over here, Nyxia by Scott Arrington. This is on my July-August TBR. I'm currently on page 203, but I had stopped this book because I was picking up some other stuff for other obligations, so I had put this book aside, but I want to get back into it, so I figured I might as well read it because this is an arc, so it will still count for arcaugust. But I'm really enjoying this book as well. It's like super interesting. It's about this guy who goes onto the spaceship and he's one of the few like other 9 contenders, and only 8 of them can actually win and get to the next planet, or the planet, their destination. And their job in that destination, that planet, is to mine this very expensive mineral, or what is it called? It's some sort of substance that has become a very valuable material in the entire universe. So the whole story right now is where he's just competing with the other 9 contestants, and only 8 of them will be able to win like the jackpot, the lottery, where basically all of their physical needs, their monetary needs will be provided and given to them by this company. And it's just really fascinating. It's like very high stakes, very action oriented sci-fi novel, and I'm really enjoying it. So I figured I want to just continue with it, and even though this aside, I still remember it vividly, so I'm definitely still intrigued to continue with this book. So this is a book that I'm picking up next. I have a feeling that you should be able to finish this very soon. It's a really fast read. I mean, it just read so fast last time I read it. Anyways, see you guys later. Hey guys, so it is now Monday evening. I didn't really update you guys today at all because I was very busy actually with just personal things, and originally I was going to film this and I was like, wow, I really didn't read that much at all, but I forgot that, or I didn't realize how much I had actually listened to my audiobook for this one over here. So I am currently on page 310, which means I'm almost halfway through, and I'm like shook right now because that means I might actually be able to finish this book this week. So what I did today was I had some personal things to do in the morning, and then when I got home I decided to go and update my blog and stuff with like my reviews and all that stuff, because I was so behind like my Goodreads and everything. So I was updating all that. Like I had all the reviews written, I just didn't transfer the reviews from my blog to Goodreads. So I was doing all of that. So I was listening to this audiobook while I was doing it, and I just listened to so much of it. I'm on page 310, and according to my phone over here, it says that I am 44% of the way through. So I made such a good progress. Like I feel so proud of myself, and yeah, I'm really liking it so far. I do wish that I had flipped through this book while listening to it, but obviously I couldn't do that because I was doing all the Goodreads stuff and I needed my eyes to focus on my computer. So yeah, I couldn't do that, but I did flip through some of the pages just now, and some of the drawings are just so stunning. Look how beautiful this one is right here. It's so pretty, and yeah, I feel like that's one of the biggest selling point for this book for me. It's just the gorgeous illustrations. So I really want to just sit down a little bit and listen to an audiobook while also flipping through the pages of this as well. So I'm really happy with this progress. Then I also did read a little bit of this book over here. I'm on page 294, so I'm actually almost done. I only have about this much left, so I feel pretty good that I can finish this book tomorrow. I don't think I'm going to finish this book tonight because I decided to do something that's like completely non-related in terms of this readathon, either readathon. But if you had watched my TBR for July and August, you would know that I wanted to read a whole manga series, and that is Hitman Reborn for this entire year. And because it's like 40 volumes, I thought originally I was like, oh, I'll just bust it out within a week because I can read it 40 volumes within a week. That's not an issue. I've done it before. But because I have a lot of other books, I thought maybe I should just read 1 volume a day, and that would take me what, like 20-30 minutes. So I thought I'll just do that before I go to bed every night. So I finished volume 1 during the reading rush, which I will link my reading vlog above somewhere if you guys want to check that out. So now I'm on volume 2. So I got the ebook, and yeah, I'm just like really excited to just sit down and read 1 volume before I go to bed every night. So that's kind of my update for that, and of course that will also help amp up my reading books right now because I am just so behind. Like I think last time I checked, I think I was like 80, maybe 90 books read, and my goal was like 300. So, or is it 350? I don't remember. It's just like some impossible goal that I'm just like, yeah, I don't think I'm gonna do that, but at the very minimum I can at least try to get my manga series. So yeah, that's all the update I have for you guys right now. I didn't really do too much anything else, but I am just really proud of this gigantic progress because this is the one that I was like actually feeling really worried about, but I made some good progress, so I'm really happy about that. So anyways, that's it in terms of this update, and yeah, I'll check back in sometime tomorrow once I get some more reading done. But I'm actually overall like really happy with my progress. Like I thought I was not going to read that much, but you know, maybe I'm speaking too early. But yeah, it's only 3 days into the month and I've read some books already. Okay guys, I have finished yet another book, and technically I finished 2 books. So I did manage to read volume 2 of Him and Reborn last night, which I absolutely adored. 5 out of 5 stars, 100%. It was just so fun. I don't know if I actually talked to you guys about what the book's about or the whole series is about. So it follows a guy called Zuna who is kind of a loser. He's really bad at school, he's really bad at sports, he's really clumsy, he can't really talk to girls. Everyone calls him no good Zuna. And one day this home tutor appears and his name is Reborn, and he is a baby. He looks like he's like 5 years old, very tiny, and he has come to train Suna into becoming the next mafia boss for the Vongala family. And that's kind of where the story goes, and it's just so fun. Like right now it's a lot of character introductions. It's definitely the first arc of the story where it's just the introductions of all the different characters. But it's just such a fun, entertaining read. I just love it so much. So I'm just like super happy to dive right back into the story. So yeah, I did finish that book. But the other book that I also finished during my lunchtime today was this one over here. This one I will give 4 stars. I really liked it, and the ending just made it seem so fast, and like I really want to pick up the next book. But I'm also kind of like, it's a trilogy, do I really want to start yet another trilogy? Like I finished first book and I'm like interested, but I don't know if I'm like really invested. So I'm still contemplating if I want to continue the series, because this book does seem really good. I know it's such a good cliffhanger, and there's a lot of mysteries and a lot of potential to the story with like the whole planet of Eden and like their mission, their actual mission, now that they actually arrived to Eden. So I'm super intrigued, but I don't know, I'm just debating if I want to have another series to tick off, because I have so many series to read this year, or just generally speaking. So I'm very hesitant about that. But overall I really like this book. So yeah, if you're looking really good action-packed, fast-paced sci-fi novel, I think this is a really good pick for you. So that is that with the books that I finished. I also am still listening to this one over here. I am now on page 377, so I have made some progress. I think I am just past the halfway point now, and I am still loving it. It's definitely the same, dense, fascinating about the history, all that stuff. Nothing has really changed. There's just so much history and richness to the story that George R. Martin just created. So I'm enjoying myself while reading it for sure, and I definitely want to spend some time tonight just to flip through the pages again and look at the illustrations, because they're really pretty, I have to say. So yeah, that's it in terms of this update. Oh wait, last update. So I did manage to pick up another book, because now that I finished Nyxia, and that is Dating Makes Perfect by Pinta Dunn. This is for my blog tour. I'm actually really enjoying it. I'm only on page 16, but it's already so entertaining. So this book follows a girl. Her name is Winnie, and she has 2 older sisters. They're twins, and growing up in high school, there has always been one rule in terms of dating, and that is you're not allowed to date until you go to college. So the thing is, her sisters had a lot of dates requests or like invites to dances, etc., but they always had to turn down because of the rule where they were not allowed to date. And off they go to college, and 6 months later they come back, they're at their house for whatever reason, and the mom's like, oh, so are you getting engaged? Like, did you find someone? And the sisters are like, what the fuck, we haven't even dated anyone. So they basically decided that they have no interest in getting married for the next 20, possibly even 30 years until they have a lot of experience with dating, because they never dated anyone in high school. So mom is like, what? I can't believe this. So she decides to have Winnie start dating in high school, and so that's kind of where the story goes. And unfortunately, the mom decides that she has the perfect person for Winnie to potentially, you know, date, and that is a guy. His name is Matt Songsombun, who is basically her sworn enemy. And of course, like, there's gonna be some sort of like dating romance thing in here, and I'm already intrigued. It seems like a really cute book. So overall, yeah, I'm really enjoying this book already. It's really funny. I feel like this will be a really fast read as well, so hopefully I can finish this within the next day or two. So anyways, that is it in terms of this update. I am really pleased with myself so far with my progress, so hopefully I will continue the streak and read a lot more tomorrow and the following days until Friday, which is the last day for this vlog, and then I'll move on to week 2 of this reading vlog series kind of thing for my readathons. So it is another day, and it is another day of reading. So right now it is Wednesday evening, and I have made some progress. I feel like my progress for my audiobook is pretty consistent because I pretty much only listen to it on my commute to and from work. So I'm still on this book right now, and I am now on page 453. So I have made quite a chunk. I think within the next few days I will definitely be able to finish it, so I feel pretty confident that I will finish it this week. Whether or not I finish it in this vlog, I don't know. It might be rolled over until Saturday, but I feel pretty confident that I'll finish this book this week. Unfortunately though, this means that I will not be able to get to my second book, my second audiobook, which is Baby Doll. I think that one was in the Nyxia, but I just don't think I'll get to it because of just how lengthy this book is. So even though I'm making really good progress, I feel like my progress still isn't fast enough to pick up another audiobook. But according to my phone over here, it does say that I'm 64% of the way through, so I feel like I can do it. It still says I have 9.5 hours though, so yeah, I just don't know how that's gonna go, to be honest. But either way though, I'm really proud of my progress, so I'm still loving it. Everything's still the same. And then I also picked up this book over here, Dating Makes Perfect, and now I'm on page 78. I am really enjoying this book. This book is just so lighthearted and entertaining, and it's just like all the good like Asian American vibes, and I feel like this character is so relatable. Even though I'm not Thai, but I feel like her parents, like the way how they were brought up and the way how the kids were brought up is very similar to my background, like no dating, like being careful of boys, like all that stuff. They weren't as strict like my parents weren't, but like the concept is still very much the same. So yeah, I definitely understand her a lot, and I'm just like super happy and entertained by how lighthearted and this whole like, I want to say like fake dating or like forced dating in a way, or like arranged dating. I don't even know what that trope is called, but I am just so here for it. It's like one of those like childhood friends turn into enemies, turn into lovers type of romance, and I'm here for it. So I am really enjoying this book. Definitely can't wait to finish it, even though I didn't read as much as I would have liked today, but I am pretty confident that I'll be able to finish this book this week as well. Then in terms of the other book that I was reading, which is Him and Reborn, volume 3, I actually didn't manage to finish it. I got so tired last night and I just went to bed. I was like, screw it, I'm going to try to finish it today. So tonight I'm going to try to finish that one. I think I only have like a few chapters left, and then I'm going to pick up volume 4 and see if I can finish both of them tonight. Like, that is the plan. But I do want to show you guys some book mail, because I did manage to get 2 book mails yesterday actually, and then one today. So these are both books I got from trading, so I'm like super happy that I got these books. The first one is Vengeful by V. Schwab. I do have the first book right over there actually, but I haven't read it yet. But I really wanted the paperback so I can just kind of binge read the entire series. I just feel like I would love the series. It's supposed to be like supervillains, but I've heard some amazing things about the series, so I feel like, knowing me, I would be able to enjoy this book a lot. So I'm pretty happy about that. And then I also got Map of Days by Ransom Riggs. I was a little bit cautious, to be honest, about picking up this one, but I really enjoyed the movie. And even though I haven't read any of the books like in the original trilogy, this book came out and I was already like, I'm really intrigued by it. And plus it looks kind of cool because there's actually like little photographs in here. So yeah, I have the first 3 books in paperback as well, which I haven't read yet, but I want to pick up this one, and I was happy that the person was able to trade this book for another one of mine. So anyways, I'm pretty happy about these 2 book mails, and I just want to share that with you guys because I don't usually share book hauls anymore. So mainly because I don't really get that many books anymore, or like I don't really buy that many books anymore. That's the thing. I do get a lot of books still from publishers, but that's like a completely different thing. Sometimes it's unsolicited, sometimes I requested it, but for the most part I don't buy any more books. So that's why I'm not doing any more book hauls, because I pretty much put myself on a book ban. I bought books for the first time in like months, and even then it was like what, 6 books, 7 books in months. So yeah, I just didn't really feel like there was any need for me to do a book haul anymore, or any book hauls anymore, just because I really don't get any more books that much. A lot of my books hauled previously were all books I purchased. I would say 90% of them were, and then 10% were from publishers. So I'm still getting ones from publishers, 10%, but the other rest, not so much anymore. So yeah, I'm just happy that I got some book mail today, and there were two that I am really interested in. Anyways, that's it with this quick update, and I'm gonna go back to reading, and I'll check back in sometime tomorrow. Guys, please ignore my hair. It is still very wet. I clearly just took a shower, but yeah, I believe in air drying. So because it is Saturday, I'm just going to quickly close this vlog here and give you guys a quick update on my progress, as well as all the books that I read this past week, which honestly I am astounded by how many books I read. But anyways, let's just go through the books I read already. So first update is I did manage to finish this book over here, Dating Makes Perfect by Pinter Dunn. I love this. It was so freaking adorable. I love how heartwarming it was, and just some of the relatable element from being an Asian American. It was just such a good book, guys. I really enjoyed it. I don't think I would give this book 5 stars though, just because I don't really, there's something about contemporaries I just feel like are not usually 5-star reads for me. For some reason I usually reserve them for like sci-fi, fantasy, all the other stuff. So this one I would give 4.5 stars. It was that good. I really enjoyed this book. It was just so good. It was so cute. I really love the romance between Winnie and Matt. It was just like chef's kiss, guys. It was just so adorable. And yeah, if you're looking for a really good contemporary read, I highly suggest this one. Okay, then what else have I been reading? So I am also currently listening to Game of Thrones over here. I am now on page 591. So obviously I didn't finish it, but I have about 100 or so pages left, I think, maybe 150, that I am really confident that I'll be able to finish it, if not this weekend, because I don't really know how much listening to it I can do over the weekend, since it's mostly like my commute book. But I would definitely 100% finish it by Monday, like end of Monday, like 100%. So of course I'll be rolling this book over to week 2 of my reading vlog. So yeah, that's it with this book. I still really enjoy it. Everything's the same, like it's very dense, but I'm really fascinated by the history of all of like the kings and their generations, and all the dragons as well. Like so many dragons, guys. I'm just thriving with this book with all the dragons. Then my other update is one that I am not sure if I had mentioned like how far along I am, but I did manage to finish reading up to Hitman Reborn volume 5. So I am loving it. I love the series so much. Right now it's still, as I mentioned already, just a lot of introduction of the characters, because there's so many characters, and I feel like this will continue on for the next few volumes at least, before a lot of action really starts, because once it starts there is so much, if I remember correctly, from the anime series. So I'm just really excited to just get into it. I love it. I mean, all the volumes so far for the manga series I have given 5 stars because they're just fantastic. I love everything about it. It's so funny. There's so many times I'm just like cracking up while reading it, because it's just like freaking hilarious, and it's just so adorable. And all the characters, especially Reborn and Lumbo, and like their interactions together, is just freaking adorable, and I love it so much. So anyways, let's just go through all the books that I finished this week. The first book that I finished was So Swift. This one I gave 3 stars. The next book that I finished was Nyxia. This one I gave 4 stars. Then I also finished reading Dating Makes Perfect. This one I gave 4.5 stars. And then I also read Hitman Reborn volume 2, 3, 4, and 5. So overall I read 7 books, guys. Like I don't know who I've become this past week. That's just insane. I mean, granted, 4 of them were manga volumes, and 2 of them were books that I had started already and I just finished them. So really it was just like this one book where I started and completed this week. But either way though, I love the fact that I read 7 books. So yeah, overall I think this was a very successful week. I managed to read 2 arcs, so that was for arc August, and I have not read anything in terms of my draconathon yet because I haven't finished anything. I'm still reading this book over here. So yeah, I guess this is another big accomplishment that I have read as well. And then, oh, another thing that I forgot to update you guys is I did pick up the Poppy War last night. I am now on page 16. So I really haven't made much progress, but my goal is to finish the first 7 chapters by end of the first week, which is by the end of today because today is still Saturday. So it still counts as first week for this book club. So yeah, I'm going to try to finish this. I'm enjoying this so much, by the way. Like, I love it. And this will also fulfill the draconathon prompt, which is to read a book set in Asia. So this book's definitely set in Asia, and so far I'm loving it. It's so good. Like, I feel like, have you ever read a book where like just the first few pages you're already like, I am so engrossed, and I feel like this will be 5 stars, because that's how I feel for this book already. But anyways, that is it in terms of this reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoy all the books I read, and if you are joining arcaugust as well as draconathon, let me know which books you'll be reading or which books have you read already. As always, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe down below, don't forget to follow me on Twitter and Instagram, and I'll see you guys next time.